Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. It is Bravo Book Club, and today we are wrapping up Stassi Schroeder's book, Off With My Head. That's Stassi, Off With My Head, the definitive basic bitch handbook to surviving rock bottom. Let's wrap this up, baby. Let's do it. Let's get it. Welcome on in, everybody. Hi, Bay Doe. Hi, Aaron D. Has anybody wrapped the book with me? Hi, Mishi. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome on in, guys. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Dominguez. What's up, everybody? Are we ready to wrap Bravo Book Club? It was a good one. And these chapters, I'm not going to lie, they made me cry a little bit. And it was kind of sad, but it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together, I promise. Okay, oops. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure my notes can pull up. We are live on the YouTube. We are live on the Instagram. Welcome on in, everybody. Like I said, we are wrapping up Stassi Schroeder's book, Off With My Head, the final 5 chapters. We're going to get into her pregnancy. We're going to get into her birth story. We're going to get into Hartford. We're going to get into her mama drama, because her mama, we remember watching Mama from Vanderpump Rules. Hi, Gigi Angelique. And Mama was looking a little crazy. And so she's talking about Mama and how her relationship with her mom has changed and evolved since she became a mother herself. All right, here for the book vibes. Let's get it. And don't forget, guys, next week we will be kicking off House of Hilton. Actually, let me grab that. Start to peek through it. We'll be doing House of Hilton next week, and we're going to dive into all of the Richards family drama, Kathy's drama, from Conrad Hilton, the eccentric innkeeper of the world. Innkeeper to the world who built a global empire, beginning with a flea bag in a dusty Texas backwater, to Paris Hilton, his great granddaughter, whose fame took off with the sex video, eye-popping portraits of America's most outrageous dynasties. This will be kicking it off next Tuesday. All right, but first up, let's dive into Stassi's book, Off With My Head, Chapter 11, Basic Baby. Hard to hear you. Uh-oh. Can you hear me okay, guys? On the YouTube. I feel like it's the thing. Okay, let's hope you can hear me okay. If you can't hear me okay, let me know, or you can always join on Instagram. Hi, Elaine. You guys can always pop on over to Instagram. I'm so reading the Hilton book and doing book club. Yes. I can hear well. Okay, audio seems to be fine on Instagram. I don't know what's going on the YouTube. Sorry, guys. Hopefully it's not terrible. Sound is off. I don't know what that means, Joanne. I don't know what sound is off means. If you can be a little more descriptive, I can maybe try to fix it. But at least for now, it doesn't appear there's anything that I can do in this exact moment. So I apologize. Like I said, you can go on @NoFilterWithZach on Instagram, and you can catch the live there. If just came back on. Okay, but is the audio okay? Well, whatever. If audio is good on Insta, so if you guys want to come over to Insta, sound is okay now on YouTube. Sound is better now. Okay, great. Sound is fine. Okay, so chapter 11, Basic Baby, and Stassi opens up this chapter talking all about gender reveal parties. She says that she initially hated them, but when Hartford came around, she was actually very excited for it. She said that before, her and Katie used to go back and forth, and they were always making fun of gender reveals and how extravagant people would get with them. So, okay, Joanne, sound is okay now on YouTube. Sorry, Zach. Thanks, Joanne, for ruining my night, girl. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for letting me know that there were issues, and now that they're better. So, thank you. Okay, so she says that she loves gender reveal parties because they're memorable and they're meaningful, and said that she and Bo really wanted one, and they were so excited about having one until she got canceled. And then she didn't want to have one after all. She was like, "No, I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't make this about me. It's not about me." Blah 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 blah. And then she was like, "No." Bo made sure that we were going to have a gender reveal party for Hartford because he knew that it was so important to me. And he's like, "We have not a lot to look forward to right now, and this is something that we're going to look forward to, and this is something people aren't going to be able to take away from us." So she decided to oblige, and her sister made a gorgeous cake with like lace, and it was round and white and Victorian style, and her sister like had very fancy names for like how she described the cake, and Stassi was like, "I don't care, it looks cute and it looks Instagram worthy." So her sister made the cake with the pink inside, which was super cute. She said that the gender reveal party was one of the best days of her life. And her baby became so much more real to her in that moment that she felt like an instant closer bond to Hartford because she was now able to like know that she was having a daughter and like there was just like a bond that was there. So she acknowledges that there is a lot of our culture puts a lot of emphasis on gender and that can be damaging for some kids. Um, and should her daughter decide to identify differently in the future, her and Bo will respect that when that time comes. But she's like, but until then, I'm going to relish in this moment. I'm going to dress up my girl as a little girly girl and I'm going to live in this vibe and I'm going to love it. And Hartford is going to be the biggest girly girl ever until she wants to watch Star Wars. And then if she wants to watch Star Wars, then fine, she can watch Star Wars and whatever. I'll support that because I love my daughter regardless. I'm like, good for you, Stassi. She then talks about her pregnancy challenges. She said that she had a major identity crisis with her body, and she talks about how much pressure we put on women's pregnant bodies, especially she like references Kim Kardashian, how people kept like comparing her to like Shamu, and how people are really mean with pregnancy bodies. And if you're like super thin and petite and you have a little belly, then everyone's like, oh my God, you look so great when you're pregnant. But like when you're, swollen and thicker, then it's a lot harder. How did she decide on the name Hartford? That's a good question. I know that there was inspiration from her grandmother. I don't remember exactly why she chose Hartford though, but I know her middle name is Charlie Rose and that was named after her grandmother. She also opens up about how hard it is when they found out that her daughter had a hole in her stomach. And she said that was really challenging and that was really difficult for her and Bo to get over. Eventually, Hartford's heart ended up healing, but it was very scary at the beginning. But she says that apparently it's very common that kids end up having that issue in while pregnant. She also gets a little TMI and she talks about hemorrhoids and swelling and swollen feet and swollen ankles and back pain and weight gain and snoring. She said poor Bo had to like sleep in the other room because she couldn't like he couldn't sleep next to her because she would snore so loud. And she was just like, I was like this, like, and discharge. She talks a lot about discharge. She has a lot of discharge. So she gets a little TMI. I believe that people are harder on bigger people than they are on the size 0 girl. I agree, Caroline. I agree. So, oh, yes. Hartford because of the baby and the hole in the heart. Yes. You're right. That is part of the reason why she ended up naming her Hartford. But yeah, she talks about hemorrhoids. She said that she was really constipated and she got a squatty potty and she loves the squatty potty. Swelling was just something she could never do. That's why she didn't like the compression, like the skims and the pregnant maternity, like, love the podcast on YouTube. Oh, thanks, Evelyn D. You're so sweet, my love. But yeah, so she gets into all the nitty gritty of her pregnancy, but she also says that men could never handle pregnancy because Bo, like once he starts sniffling, like he is just a big baby. And she's like, men could never do this. And this is why all women should have babies only forever. Dude, it all happens, TMI or not. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I believe it. I wouldn't mind, like, if I were a woman, I could get pregnant. I actually think I would be like a Kourtney Kardashian and want to enjoy that process. She says that she thought she was going to be somebody that enjoyed that process, but she was like, oof, it was very challenging. And she had a lot of emotional breakdowns. But that she also really felt like a total boss because she's like, yo, look, I have a baby inside of me. I am building a human. So she says that even though she had, body issues and pregnancy issues, that she fully embraced being pregnant. She also talks about post-baby sex. She said that sex was the last thing on her mind after having a baby, and she was so scared to have sex for the first time. She said that she wasn't ready. Her body had gone through a lot, and she was terrified to have sex with Bo again. She said that uh, she promised Bo that she got clearance from her doctor, obviously. And then the doctor was like, do you want me to write you a note so that you can get out of having sex? Because I've had to do that for other women. And she was like, no, I'm good. I will let Bo know that we can have sex again. But if I have sex with Bo, I need to have a waist cincher and I need 4 margaritas and then I'll be good. And I'm just like, shit, that's what I need to have sex, even without having a baby. Like, I want 4 margaritas and a waist cincher during sex. So she said that she was insanely tight during her pregnancy, which really scared her because she thought that having sex again was going to feel like being a virgin again. And so she was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do it. And so she was so scared. But she said that it actually went well. that, they had a great time and it was one of like the best times that they've ever had. She said that she wasn't super tight after having the baby. And she's like, maybe Hartford just loosened everything up for me. She's like, JK, JK, but like maybe. But it's weird that she got really tight because they tried to have sex while she was pregnant, and she was like, it kind of hurt because I was so tight, but Bo really liked it. She didn't say Bo really liked it, but like, let's be honest, obviously Bo really liked it. Hi, Suki D. Good to see you again in the live chat. Aaron D on YouTube says, I love that she shared how hard it was. So amazing when someone in the spotlight brings to light just how hard it is. It makes it easier on women going through it. Absolutely. And she's like, she also talks about like baby, she talks about baby books and how the ones that she liked the most were the ones that were the most relatable and not the ones that were like preachy or anything. She talks about getting into the pregnancy pact with the other Vanderpump Rules girls. She said that it was on a private jet to Mexico for Lala's birthday, and it was Lala, Brittany, Kristen, Katie. They all made a pregnancy pact. She said that Brittany had been trying to get pregnant for a while before Stassi actually got pregnant, and that Katie is still struggling to get pregnant. Obviously, I don't think she's trying to get pregnant anymore because now she's trying to get divorced. So no, Stassi is not coming on. This is our Stassi book club where we break down her book off with my head. Every Tuesday, we pick another Bravo book and we break it down. So today, we're breaking down the final 5 chapters of Bravo Book Club on Stassi's book. Sorry, Caroline, if you're disappointed that Stassi's not going to be here. I've tried to get her on the podcast. Maybe I will be able to get her on the podcast soon. Ooh, look at Suki D being the first to buy 3 badges on the Instagram Live. We love it. Katie should use a donor. I think she needs to find a man first to see if she wants to do that. Thank you, Suki D, for the 3 badges. I appreciate you, my love. Okay. She says that she loves that they were able to all get pregnant together. She said that Brittany had been trying for a long time. Katie's still really struggling, but that her and Lala were extremely lucky to have gotten pregnant so easily. She loves that their kids get to grow up together. And she says the 3 of them, though, although pregnant at the same time, had very, very different pregnancy journeys. She said that Brittany was super sick the entire time, but that Brittany loved every single second of it, and that Brittany can't wait to get pregnant again. And she also says that Brittany was super insecure because she had a really big belly and she was showing a lot sooner than Stassi and Lala. She said that Lala's pregnancy at the beginning, she had a lot of complications. She was constantly in and out of the hospital, and that Lala was actually insecure for the opposite reason as Brittany, and she was insecure because she wasn't showing enough and she was super tiny and people were giving her shit for that. No, there is no mention of Sheena in the book at all, actually, which was a little interesting because I thought that like Sheena would have been brought up, maybe not during the pregnancy pact, but like at some point you would think she would have referenced Sheena but I do know that like at the time she was having Hartford, like she and Sheena were like hot and cold, which was around the time she was writing the book. So like maybe it was just a conscious choice to not have Sheena on. I don't know, because I remember at that time they were having like a major feud, and Sheena came on my show, and she was just like, "I'm never gonna talk to her again. Like I'm done with her and Lala." So it's possible that like it was a deliberate decision to not include Sheena in the book. I bought this book after the first week of you covering it. Aw, I love that, Aaron D. And are you enjoying the book? Was it a bad decision? I actually really like it. Oh my God, they really did a pregnancy pact. Yeah, the pregnancy pact was real. I don't think Stassi likes Sheena. I think they've developed some sort of cordial friendship, Beto. But she talks a lot about her shoes too. And this is kind of funny, and she's like mostly joking, but she talks about how big and swollen her feet got and how she couldn't wear any of her shoes, and that her shoe collection is like her most prized collection. And sadly, she wasn't able to like wear any shoes. And even now, or even 4 months after her pregnancy, which I assume is when she finished the book, that even then she couldn't even fit into all of her shoes again. But she says that she and Bo read a lot of books, a lot of baby books, and that she hated all the Namaste books and the books like just breathe and embrace this and you're one with Mother Nature. And she hated those books. And Bo tried to read the books for dads, but he's like, these are like too broy, and they're like trying to tell me to embrace pink if I have a daughter, but like I don't need to embrace pink if I have a daughter because I already like pink. Pink is already a dope color. And I'm just like, I want to write a baby. I want to write a book about having a baby. I want to have a baby, and I want to have a baby in the next few months. And this was giving me major FOMO listening to Stassi talk about it. I'm like, listen, I don't have any prospects, so I will have a baby all by myself. I can do bad all by myself, and I will totally have a baby on my own. And then I'll write a book about how to be a single dad that is not so broy, so that dads like Bo can read it and be good. One also, gay single dads can like read it and be like, oh wow, I can do that too. And I'll be like, yes, it's all happening. Hashtag inspiration. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag grateful AF. But anyway, that was probably her like biggest, most like vain obsession was talking about her shoes, and she talks a lot about her shoes, but it's actually kind of funny. But she says that she hated the books that gave too much like advice, that there was just a lot of like preachy books, and she said that she didn't even really enjoy what was it? Not what to expect when expecting, that popular one. She's like, that's more of like a reference book where if I needed to look something up, then I would look it up in there. But other than that, I didn't really care for it. I liked like the relatable books. She even reveals that one time she like questioned Britney's caffeine intake. Said that she saw on Instagram that she had um a really big like frappuccino, and then she was ordering a bunch of like sweet teas, and she's like, oh my god, Brittany, like what are you doing drinking so much caffeine? You're like not even out of cleared from your first trimester, like you need to cut back. And then she felt really bad 'cause she's like, it was so judgy, and I was becoming like one of those judgy moms, and I feel bad because I love Brittany and I never wanted her to feel insecure about her pregnancy. Like people should enjoy their pregnancy, and there's too much mom shaming that happens online. But she does say, however, that she wishes she would have leaned into being pregnant a lot more instead of trying so hard to like be the perfect pregnant cool chick that has it all together. She said that she tried to do that a lot, tried to be like, I'm not in pain, I'm good, I got this, I'm killing it. And now she's like, listen, mamas, if you're out there and you're pregnant, like milk it, let them open the door for you, let them give you a massage. Like if you're in pain, then let them know you're in pain. Like this is not something that you get to do, that you get to relish in very often, because then the baby's going to come and you're going to be super stressed. So like when you're pregnant, like relish in being pregnant. She says she wish she would have done that, and she said that being the cool pregnant chick is highly overrated. Then we get into chapter 12, and chapter 12 is called A Basic Bitch is Born. And this is where Stassi talks all about her birth story, and she compares it to her grandfather, who was like a veteran. And she's like, and the way he would tell it was like a war story. And my pregnancy, my birth story, even though it wasn't anything exceptional, is going to be like my war story. And I'm going to tell it like a war story. I'm glad Stassi self-reflects. I love to see her growth. I agree, Guppy Lips. I think there's a lot of growth that you can see in the book, and I really, really enjoyed the book. Thank you, Danielle Braz Dutch, for the badge. Look at that. Danielle dropping a badge on the Instagram. We love it. Yes, we do. We love to see it. Thank you. But Stassi talks about how she tried very, very hard to induce labor because she really wanted her daughter to be born on Christmas or New Year. She really wanted her baby to be a holiday baby, and Bo didn't want to have a holiday baby. He's like, no, then everyone's always going to be out of town, and she needs to have her own day, and it needs to be special. And she's like, no, I want a holiday baby. And she did everything from like heavy manifesting under the moon to like drinking castor oil, which she says just makes you shit your pants. And she even had like lots of sex with Bo, and said that she loves her husband, but that sex in the third trimester was not fun. But she kept trying to make him do it so he would shake things up and like, hopefully loosen a few things up down there so that Harvard can just come swinging out. She even had the birth salad, because there's a place in Los Angeles that has a salad, and the salad is supposed to make you give birth. But she said eventually it was time. And even though Bo had to sleep in the guest room for most of her pregnancy because she peed 100 times a night and snored really badly, that she made him sleep with her on their last night before she had to go in to give birth, that her water was like very slowly breaking. It wasn't like in the movies. Hi, Leo. It wasn't like the movies at all where it's just like, oh my God, my water broke. She had like these little like drops of like pinkish rose colored water that was like coming out of her. And she's like, I don't know what this means. Am I having a baby? And she would text her doctor, and her doctor would be like, it's fine. You can go to the hospital in the morning. You're good. But she said that she couldn't really sleep. So instead of sleeping, she ended up touching up her spray tan, and she touched up her gel manicure, and she had a full face of makeup, which was very challenging because she was like ready to give birth, but that she did it so she could look pretty for the Instagram photos. And she's like, listen, a spray tan, and I agree with this, a spray tan will change your life. And she's like, if you have time to get a spray tan before giving birth, it'll make you just feel sexy. You have to look good, you have to feel good, you have to do the good vibes. And when it came to giving birth, she raves about the epidural. She like loves epidural. She said it made her birth so easy, and Bo slept through it. Most of it. She said that the connection wasn't instant when she had Hartford, but within the first 2 hours, then she, like, started to really fall in love with her, and she's like, "It's okay if you don't have an instant bond, like, sometimes it takes a second." And she said that once the bond formed, she was madly in love with her daughter and, like, obsessed with her and would watch her sleep and, like, loves her so much. Thank you, Leo, for dropping the 3 badges. Look at Leo. You go, Leo. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. And throw them hips, girl. Boom, 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 boom. But she said that after she gave birth, she was very grateful that Beau made her a margarita, and then they started on this new life together, which I thought was funny. And the nurse approved of the margarita before all the cunts in the comments start dragging shit. The nurse said, "Yes, you can have a margarita. Enjoy it. You gave birth. You're good." And so she enjoyed her margarita in the hospital before embarking on this new journey together. Dun, 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 dun. And then chapter 13 is called Mom Jeans. And this is where she talks about her own mother and her relationship with her mother and how that's changed and how she looks at her mom so much differently now that she's had a baby. Stassi said that she was very independent growing up and her mom tried her best to give her space and like to respect that she was very independent. Oh my God, Danielle, I did give you a shout out for your badge, my love. I totally did. I said Danielle Bradstech because I remember saying your name. I totally gave you a shout out for your badge and I will give you another shout out. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. I'm going to give you a little heart on your comment. Boom. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. Anybody that gives me comments and love, I appreciate. Um, oh, she said, I'm still tired. See, okay, Suki's like, yes, I did. Thank you, Suki. I did give Danielle a shout out. But so she says that her relationship with her mom really changed after having a baby herself. She explains how reality TV isn't always fair, but that's kind of what you sign up for. She said it's sensationalized entertainment, and they're obviously going to show the most dramatic parts. So when we saw her mom and we saw their relationship, it wasn't always pretty, but that was mainly because that's what Vanderpump is about. It's about conflict and resolution. And, you know, if they can sensationalize things with her mom, then they're going to blow that up to make it more entertaining. But she said that her mom has become an incredible grandmother to Hartford. She talks about how independent Hartford actually is and how much now she understands her mother's love for her and how she really wanted Hartford to be independent. But then she's like, wait, no, you're too independent. I don't want you to be this independent. How Hartford like was sleeping in her own room, in her own crib since day one, that they would try to do the bassinet by the bed, and how Hartford was like not into that. She wanted her own space and she needed her freedom. And she's like, okay. But she said that being a mom has forever changed her. But the one thing that she didn't want to change was her sense of style. She's like, I never wanted to become one of those like frumpy moms who wears like mom jeans and has like a mom haircut and like, you know, is a bit rubbish. She's like, no, I need to keep up with OOTD. I'm a style mom. I'm so cute. I'm so fun. And like, I'm not going to become a frumpy mom. So she said that her mom was very stylish and very polished and very put together, that her mom was known as the hot mom, and that in school, all the kids would say, Stassi's mom has got it going on. And Stassi's like, you know what? I don't want kids to sing to Hartford about how her mom has got it going on and how all the teenage boys want to bang her. But she aspires to be like her own mom and she wants to be a hot mom herself and she wants to be stylish and pulled together and looks great. But Stassi aspires to be just like her, and she can't wait to build her own bond with Hartford and have their special time together. She reflected on her own relationship with her mom and how much she wants to be like her now that she's a mother herself. And it's just a really sweet and endearing chapter. And she talks about like the dates that her and her mom used to go on and how her mom used to travel with her a lot and how she looks forward to all that time that she's going to get to spend with Hartford herself. Then we get into chapter 14. And in chapter 14, it's called Having It All. And here Stassi talks about this silly idea of having it all and how her idea of having it all has changed, especially after getting canceled, and how she really had to reflect on what having it all actually means. She used to think that it was focused on status and an accumulation of things and success, but now it's so much simpler. You know, having it all to her is having safety and stability and love and fulfillment. And so having her daughter and her home and Beau, like to her, that is having it all. That she thought she had it all before, right before she got canceled and she was on her podcast tour and she was doing her thing. But she's like, life's just different now. She also talks about the societal pressures that we put on women to have it all and how they're unrealistic and like what does having it all actually mean? What, that you have a job and you're breaking your back to like take care of the kids and be the perfect mom and be the perfect CEO of your business and be the perfect wife and all of these things, and how none of that actually matters, and having it all is actually very subjective, and how having it all now really just means having it pretty good or having it okay today. You know, her mom and her grandmother put a lot of emphasis on happiness and how being happy is being fulfilled and how that's what having it all means. That's what matters is the fulfillment and the happiness. She also reflects on how much her life was different at the start of Vanderpump Rules till now, and how her idea of wanting it all was so different back then. And she was hungry, and the things that she wanted and the things that she thought were going to make her happy and fulfilled in life didn't, and how it changed as she got older and she grew up, and it helped her realize that she wanted more. She had dreams that she aspired to have, and those dreams have changed and evolved, and now she's very good with where she's at. Having it pretty good is her new life motto. She understands that having it all is more of a mindset rather than a destination. And how anybody can have that. You just have to determine what having it all means to you, and then sitting in the contentment and the fulfillment and the gratitude of that. And then the final chapter, which is like one of my favorite chapters, and it's so sad and it made me cry, was chapter 15, and it's called Lessons for My Daughter. And she talks about how much motherhood has changed her, how Hartford has really taught her so much, and how she wants to raise her daughter to be strong and independent, but most importantly, how to be authentic and how to be kind. How her mom always let her be, into horror movies and be a theater nerd and all of these things that, made her maybe a little eccentric or a little different, and how she wants to do that for her daughter. She wants her to be authentic, and whatever that means to her, she just wants her to be confident and kind in this world. And then she lists 33 lessons that she wants Hartford to learn from her. And it's such a sweet chapter, and it's probably my favorite chapter. And it's so precious. It's so precious. Should we read the 32 lessons that she has for her daughter? Because they're like so sweet. If you don't give a shit, then it's okay. You can tell me I don't give a shit, Zach. But I just thought it was really sweet, and everyone should read it because it's so precious. And it just made me so sad, and I was like crying. But anyway, it's really good. There are like a lot of really cute ones and sweet ones. You'll always be loved by me. Like, listen to You'll always be loved by me. As long as I'm alive and breathing, you will have someone here on earth who loves you unconditionally. I will always be someone you can turn to. There's literally nothing you can ever do to make me not love you. You could go serial killing your way all around the world, and I will turn you in because I can't have you going out killing more people, but I would visit you every day in prison. See? It's so sweet. Yeah, go ahead and read the lessons. Unfortunately, there has to be some sadness as mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Thankfully, I was next door to take care of her until she passed. Oh my gosh, Coffee Buzz, I'm so sorry to hear that. Now I keep an eye on my dad. Well, I'm sure that's made you guys closer, you and your father. I'm so sorry to hear about your mother. But sending you lots of love, Coffee Buzz. Okay. The next lesson is try to go easy on people. I wasn't always the best at this, but you never know when someone is going through what someone is going through behind closed doors. Listen and put yourself in their shoes before you speak. A spray tan is such a confidence booster. Okay, I agree with this one. A spray tan is such a confidence booster, and like it will make you feel just like sexy inside and out. It's okay to take the day off. Me days are important. I'm getting better at that. Taking the days off. Always have your nails done. It's the simplest way to look put together. Listen, a little can go a long way, and I agree. I mean, I don't really do my nails, but I can imagine that like it gives you like a spray tan. It gives you a little boost in confidence. Never leave the house without at least a little bit of makeup on. It's funny because leaving the house polished is always something that like my grandmother instilled in me. So it's funny to see them in Stassi's book as well. Listen to your basic mama when I say take pride in your OOTD. Okay, so this is it. When you're wearing an outfit that makes you feel good about yourself, your day is that much better. It doesn't matter what it is, just something that makes you feel good. Get ready every fucking day, you guys. Like literally, I get ready, I get dressed, I comb my hair, I throw on some CC cream, I fill in my brows, I do the damn thing because if you look good, you feel good, and it changes your outlook on life. Like think about it. If you're going to the market and you're in sweats and then you see your ex and you're literally buying like a bottle of wine and you see your ex and you're in Uggs and sweatpants and your hair is like in a messy bun, you're gonna be like, fuck, I look like, oh my God. Now he's gonna be like, thank God I didn't end up with you. Always pull yourself together. It changes your confidence. It changes your approach. I know some people are like, wake up and meditate on the top of a rooftop. Cute. But if you feel confident, you're going to project that confidence out into the world. When you meet someone, repeat the person's name back to them. It'll help you remember their name and it will help them feel respected. Her next one says, I cannot say this enough. You can be whoever you want to be, so dream big. So precious. Make vision boards. Manifesting really works, but hard work will ultimately get you where you want to be. Travel, and not just that, but prioritize traveling. I need to get better at this one. Have a year of yes. Saying yes to things you typically wouldn't do opens you up to new experiences, people, and places, but don't say yes to like everything. Like maybe say no to drugs and orgies. Ask your mama one day about her 2016 year of yes, which for your information did not include orgies. I think I want to have a year of yes. I'm going to be 29, and maybe 29 is going to be my year of yes before I turn 30, and I'm just going to say yes to everything, and we'll see what that brings us. An experience is always more valuable than stuff. Absolutely. Quality over quantity in literally everything: food, friends, wine, shoes, clothes, sex. Yes, this is important. When the time comes for you to choose someone to spend your life with, make sure you laugh with them and that you can completely be yourself with them. Your dad is my best friend and my biggest cheerleader. See, it's so sweet. It's just going to make you cry. It's so sweet. Independence is invaluable. See, I'm really good at this one. I'm very independent. The years I was single and lived alone were some of my favorite years of my life. Being able to support myself and not only gave me the freedom to write the story of my own life, but it also gave me the confidence. You've been sleeping in your crib, in your nursery since day one, and I have major feelings about that, about you having an independent streak. Sometimes you need to be a little selfish. It's called self-care. If you make it a point to be thankful for a few things every day, you have a better chance of being happy every day. Apologizing is easier than it looks, and it'll make both you and the other person feel lighter. Apologizing when you mean it is one of the most powerful ways to nurture a relationship. I'm really good at apologizing. I have to do it pretty often, but I'm really good at apologizing. How messy you look is always in proportion to how likely it is you'll see someone else you know. Good point, guppy lips. Botox is preventative. Yes, Botox is preventative. I will scream it from the rooftops. Once you get Botox, you'll never go back. Don't mix your alcohols. Pick one and stick to that for the night. You'll thank me later. And always watch your drink. Always tell the truth. There's nothing that will eat you up like telling a lie. Don't said noons. Just learn from my mistake, please. If you don't want to listen to me, then at least make sure your face isn't in them. Always be kind to people in the service industry. If I ever hear you being rude to a waiter, I'll wash your mouth out with soap or whatever it is moms do to punish their kids nowadays. When you get your heart broken, please call me. I know all about that stuff. My track record is so embarrassing. I'll drive straight to wherever it is that you're living, and we'll go to Neiman's, drink Kerr Royals, and buy shoes. Be open to other people's opinions, but don't shut them out because they don't agree with you. You're a Capricorn, and Capricorns tend to do that. So I'm going to try and get ahead of this right now. Debating is healthy and fun, if I'm being honest. Make your bed every day. I make my bed every morning. It starts your day off right, and it feels like a mini accomplishment. You have the ability to have a positive impact on the world, whether that means you're a great friend to someone or the president of the United States. You can make the world a better place, even if it's just for one person. My grandma Rosemary, who you're named after, always told me that happiness was a choice. I want you to feel all your emotions, but try not to dwell or wallow in them. When you're down, you can choose to be happy. Why do you think I head to Neiman's when I'm sad? This one is important. Always be on time. Be early if you need to, but being on time is so important. It's become one of my defining personality traits. So unless you're in horrible traffic or your plane is delayed, be on time. It's nice. Always wash your makeup off before bed. My mom instilled this in me before I could even wear makeup. Wash your face and take care of your skin. I've never seen my mom go to sleep without washing her face, and now I'm obsessive about it. I could be drunk off my ass, throwing up, and I would still manage to wash my face. Wash your face and take out your contacts. Those are two big ones. Don't ever do that. Oh my God. Adam sleeps with his contacts sometimes. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And he told me a story about his brother and how his brother, the dry contact, like cut his eye. No, thank you. Okay. And the final one. The final lesson that Stassi says is you're going to fail and you're going to fall. Try not to be afraid of failure. I don't know one successful person who hasn't failed at some point. Your mama has failed many times in many ways, in big and epic ways. Every time I failed, I learned and grew so much stronger. And I'm grateful for those times that I failed. They got me here to you. It's so precious. It's such a good book, you guys. Seriously, that's a wrap. That is the final chapter of Off With My Head, the definitive basic bitch handbook to surviving rock bottom by Stassi Schroeder. So good. Yes, I do what Stassi does, just water in the morning and then wash at night. Yes. Oh, that's what I do. Water in the morning and then a full face wash at night. I don't do anything crazy in the morning. Crazy. You're crazy, girl. What did you guys think of the book? Did you like it? Who read it? Who didn't read it? Who's only doing book club? If you're only doing book club, I don't mind. I don't judge. I love Stassi rules. It's a good advice. I think Stassi becoming a mom is a great thing. My mom does that too. I always bug him every night. That's so funny. Well, there you have it, guys. That is a wrap on Bravo Book Club for tonight. Okay, we only did 35 minutes. That's not terrible. Did you guys have fun? I read it and I like it. Yay, Aaron. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the book. Hopefully, everyone else enjoyed it. If you didn't get to actually read the book or listen to it, hopefully, you enjoyed our recaps of it every week. I'm only here for the company. You make these books better. Aw, thank you. Only doing book club. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Gigi Angelique says, loved it. It was great and interesting to hear the backstory of what was going on. Yeah, and the cancellation. I like reading through Zach. You guys are so sweet. I read it and I like it. I came here for story time. You guys are so funny. So many people don't even buy or read the books anymore. They just come just so I can narrate the books to you. Listen, and if that's how you're consuming your Bravo content, I'm totally cool with it. I love book club. I already forgot what we're reading next. Sorry. Oh, well, funny you mentioned that. We are reading next House of Hilton. Dun, dun, dun. From Conrad to Paris, a drama of wealth, power, and privilege, old school naughtiness, celebrity hanky panky, wealth, and excess. Ooh, let's look at some of these chapters. OMG. This looks really good. We have a prologue. We have chapter 1. Where's the table of contents? I want to see what these chapters are actually called. Do we not have a table? This doesn't have a table of contents? What the hell kind of book doesn't have a table of contents? Rude. You prostitution whore. Wow. There's no table of contents, but we will be breaking this down, kicking it off next Tuesday. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday evening. You know the drill. 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Oh my God, there's so much to dive into. Are you ready for it? Everyone's really excited about House of Hilton. I don't know how many chapters it is or any of this stuff. I need to actually go through. We'll probably read like the first 5 chapters. Ooh, Front Row Anna Wintour, Martha Stewart, Mrs. Kennedy, Barbara Walters. Wow, they have a lot of them. So excited for House of Hilton. Yay. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining Bravo Book Club tonight. If you want to keep up with me, you can always follow me at Just Plain Zach. If you want to keep up with all the latest reality tea, you can always follow us at No Filter with Zach. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Probably going to eat something now because I'm starving and I kind of want some wine. That sounds really good right now. I want like a Pinot Grigio. Doesn't that sound yummy? I've had a lot of coffee. You're a great hype man. I may have to get this book now. Well, thank you. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. If you missed any of this, the rebroadcast will be available on Instagram and available on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're still watching this, thank you for sticking around with me this long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and hit that bell notification button. That way you always get the tea spilled fresh in your notifications as soon as it's ready to be spilled. So thank you guys. Have a lovely evening. New episode of the podcast comes out on Wednesday. It's our interview with Margaret Josephs. It's a really good one. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Ciao for now. Good night. Bye.